Hello, my name is Daniel Rojas, and I am the Director of Operations of Pathogen and Contaminant Detection LLC. I help manage and push forward the AI and technology development of a company. I also help train and develop the AI's current and future capabilities. Today, I want to demonstrate how our AI system can detect pathogens in real time using our manual detection system. So let's get started. So what you're seeing now is a prepared slide of stagnant water, which contains stained paramecium and coliform bacteria types. The live image feed you're seeing is coming from the camera system mounted on top of the microscope, and it is connected to the computer where the AI can also see the image. We have previously trained the AI on similar slides, but the AI has not been trained on these specific slides. So this is all new to the AI. Some of the classes we have trained for are bacteria, algae, virus, and paramecium, or better known as parasites. You'll see some of the other classes later in the demonstration. Um, so right now, you're seeing the colored material. That is the 100x oil immersion lens looking at the stagnant water slides. Um, let's run the AI and I'll walk you through how it works. All right, now that the AI is running, it sees the matter on the screen. The AI puts bounding boxes around the matter and classifies it if it reaches a certain threshold. It assigns a confidence level to it. The confidence level is a level at which the AI thinks it is a specific class. So for example, here you see these two circular objects. Those are paramecium. You see that they are color coded. Each class is color coded differently so that it doesn't confuse the user so it's not all the same color, easier to distinguish. They are named, so you see at the top there's paramecium. And to the right, you'll see the confidence level. It's based on a percentage. For example, here it's hovering around 0.86, 0.7, and it's 87% confident that it is paramecium. And then you can see here, this is algae spiral colony. It's fairly not confident there. It's only anywhere from 20 to 40%, so it's not very confident that it is a spiral colony. Um, I can move it around here in real time. You can see it kind of doing its thing. Zoom in and out here. And just take note of the rods and spirals of the bacteria, which are those pink little cylindrical objects. They are very similar to the algae classes, which you will see later. Um, the training data that we have trained for the AI is an order of magnitude below what we would recommend uh, the data to be trained on, and it works surprisingly well given those lack of data that we have given it. Um, and just for an example, an order of magnitude is 10 times what it should be. So we are 10 times below what we would recommend it being. It is surprisingly accurate given the lack of data. Now, with this data, we can also determine concentrations because the AI is counting each instance of the class that it sees. And we can take the surface area and determine the number of counts of each class and determine the concentration, which is very useful for several industries, especially if you're doing stuff like water testing and EPA testing. There's concentration limits that once you hit, uh, they consider it a failed test and you have to put out a warning. Um, so let me move it around a bit more, see if I can get some other better material in there. See the AI picking it up. And we could also toggle on and off specific classes. So if you don't want to see rod, or you don't want to see spiral, you want to just see paramecium, we could do that as well. And we could also tune the numbers of the confidence level. Right now, I think below under 25%, there will be no bounding boxes because it will not even show up. For example, if we don't want to show over 80% for whatever reason, we could tune that as well. So really we can modify however the end user wants to have it and what they want to detect. Now, right now I'm going to switch over to the water bloom slide, which contains a couple of different species of algae. They are stained as well. You'll see just how similar they are to the rods and cones of the coliform bacteria. This is also switching from the 100x oil immersion to the 10x. Let me zoom this in for you guys. All right, there you go. Okay, as you could see the purple and green algae spirals and their colonies. Um, as I mentioned earlier, you can see just how similar those pink algae spirals look to bacteria rods, but the AI has no problem distinguishing between the two. You don't see any false positive hits of the spiral and rod showing up. Um, so again, just to reiterate, this is an order of magnitude below what we would recommend. So the level of accuracy that the AI has is really impressive. Um, let's clear this up a little bit. You can kind of see some of the algae spheres here. And let me switch over one more time to a different slide. This is of the tobacco mosaic virus. This is one of the larger viruses out there, uh, easily distinguishable as you can see there. Fairly big structure, easy to detect. You can see no false positives for the other ones because it's very clear that it is a tobacco virus. And with this information and the counting abilities of the AI, there's a lot of different analytics and metrics we could give end users. Like concentrations I mentioned earlier, counts, analytics based over time. Maybe there's a time of year that there's a higher concentration than other times of the year, where they're located, tons of different things we can do. Um, Counting can also be applied to other items. We could do potentially transfer over contaminants and heavy metals. You can even do inventory counts of physical objects, maybe even like fish swimming in a holding pond. You can potentially even do people going in and out of the store. Um, you could also train the AI to look for characteristics or behaviors. As maybe something doesn't look natural. Let's say a fish is sick and it doesn't look like it's behaving the same way as a healthy fish. That's something that we can develop and present to a user to help them get rid of sick fish to potentially cross-contaminate other fish. Other things is we can maybe determine turbidity and cloudiness of water. That's something that's easily doable. And we're also looking to further classify specific species of matter. So not just the shape and color of bacteria, but maybe specific types of bacteria like E. coli, or even specific types of smaller viruses like COVID. And that's what we're looking to develop further. Um, and as we continue to develop, there's a lot of things that'll open up with our technology. Specifically with rhamnolipid applications, we are looking to implement the AI with rhamnolipid so it detects an item, let's say a bacteria or contaminant, and then can recommend a specific rhamnolipid application based on that material that it finds. There's tons of different ways you can formulate rhamnolipids with the dilutions, carriers, and ratios um, that we can kind of form fit the application to that specific finding. So that's a general look at how our AI works and what are we looking to develop in the future. I'm glad to give you guys a detailed look. If you'd like to learn more, please visit de3.ai and also check out our Start Engine offering page where you could see our updates and other information on there. Thank you for watching the demonstration and have a good day.